Vous venez du Congo, hein, c'est ça?
Ouais, Congo.
Congo. Je viens de Madagascar, mais on est frères, Bantou.
Évidemment, ça c'est bon.
On va commencer dans 2 petites minutes. Je finis juste
Pas de
quelque
souci,
chose.
Rabbi.
Voilà. Ok, so shalom, shalom, les koulam. We're gonna start. On va commencer. Donc, j'ai envoyé les Halakhot. On est dans Halakha Shana Shniya, donc année 2 de Ben Ishay. Et c'est la parashat Lech Lecha. Donc, c'est tout ce qui est l'accueil de Shabbat. Qu'est-ce qu'il faut faire avant de rentrer en Shabbat. Donc, on avait déjà vu les Halakhot précédentes. Donc, si vous voulez rattraper, ce sera sur Facebook et aussi sur YouTube. Et là, on continue. On est dans la Halakha 18. Donc, je vais partager l'écran comme ça, on a le même texte. So, as we saw last week, we stopped at Halakha 14 and Rabbi Elnatan continued till Halakha 17 of Parashat Lech Lecha Shana Shniya. So now we're going to continue. And Bezat Hashem, if we can finish, we're going to finish. So I'm going to share the screen. And we are here. Halakha 18. Donc Halakha 18. Okay. On peut commencer. Donc, Halakha 18. On aura soin de réserver des vêtements propres et convenables en l'honneur de Shabbat. Donc, la plupart des gens n'ont pas l'habitude de réserver des sous-vêtements spéciaux pour le Shabbat, mais celui qui le fait mérite une bénédiction particulière. So here, now he said, Halakha 18 said that we have to reserve, to put a specific clothing for Shabbat. And even here, Ben Ishai said that the underwears, we have to have a special underwear for Shabbat. And he said that the one who respect that to be really makpi, to be precautious on that point, will have a particular merits. Okay. When Ben Ishai says things like this, it means that it's a must when we want to follow the sod of the level of sod of the halacha, the aspect of sod. Il est connu que le Harizal faisait attention à cela. On doit éviter de porter des habits noirs le Shabbat et les gens qui voyagent doivent eux aussi avoir soin de ne pas porter leurs vêtements des jours de semaine ou des vêtements sombres le Shabbat. Donc, ici, c'est une halakha. So, que à Shabbat, on doit s'habiller en blanc. On ne porte pas de couleur sombre. Donc, spécifiquement en noir. Donc, bon, ça, c'est le minag quand on suit la tradition et le moussar, on va dire, au niveau du sod, du harizal. So here, what he's saying, he said that it is known that the harizal pay particular attention to that point of having specific clothing for Shabbat. And also he said that we have to avoid black clothing for Shabbat. And this is halakha. It's halakha 18 of Ben Ishai that on Shabbat, normally we have to dress on white, all in the white color. Okay, and he said also that the one who is in traveling also have to be to pay attention about when it comes to Shabbat. He have to bring with him a clothing for Shabbat specifically, and again, and be attentive about the clothing that they have to be white, not dark color. Ok. Et et porter also, so yeah, so to have really to do a distinction between Chol, the other days, and the clothing of Shabbat, okay, et les vêtements sombres de Shabbat, même s'ils ne sont pas chez eux et passent le Shabbat dans une auberge, dans le désert ou en bateau. And he said even when the person who is traveling is not at home, where for example he's on the desert. Sorry, what is here? Hostel, let's say, or a desert, or on the ship. In that case, we have to anticipate that we will we have a Shabbat on the days where we are traveling. We have to think about wearing, bringing Shabbat clothes, so white ones. Quant aux personnes qui, durant les 12 mois qui suivent le décès d'un père ou d'une mère, ils portent des habits de semaine et des vêtements sombres le Shabbat ou le Yom Tov. Elles sont dans l'erreur et enfreignent un interdit. So here we are, we are learning really that this halakha, it's halakha to wear white clothing on Shabbat. Because why? Because here you say that when a person during the 12 months of after the death of his father or his mother, and they say that during the period of 12 months they have to wear dark clothing by Shabbat. It's true. They are transgressing the law. It's forbidden. So even though on that period they have to wear on Shabbat white clothes. And he say, mon vénéré père Zal changeait ses vêtements les Shabbats et jours les Shabbats et jours de fête de l'année du deuil de son père et de sa mère. Et c'est ce que nous fîmes également au cours des 12 mois qui suivent sa disparition. So he quoted his father who wear white clothing during Shabbat and Yom Tov, and during that period, 12 months after the death of his father and his mother. Okay, and he said, un mois après son décès, nous nous sommes changés, moi et mon frère, et nous avons mis nos habits de Shabbat. Nous n'avons pas revêtu nos habits de Shabbat les plus beaux, mais en avons fait confectionner d'autres réservés au Shabbat de cette année-là. So he said here that what did they do, Ben Ishay and his brother, after 1 month of the day of the death of their grandfather and grandmother, they wear white special clothes for Shabbat, but they not the nicest one. They ask to be for a new clothing for Shabbat. It's specific for Shabbat, but it's not the one that they are wearing during the other period without including the period of death of their grandfather and grandmother. Okay. Et c'est ce que nous fîmes après le décès de notre vénérée mère. So, and he said here that this is the minhag that they did during when their mother passed away. Okay. Halakha 19. Le Harizal avait l'habitude de faire la mitzvah du Eruv Hatzerot chaque vendredi. Il récitait la bénédiction du Eruv sur du pain. disait le texte Bedein et Rouva, et en faisait profiter ses voisins par l'intermédiaire d'une tierce personne, comme on le voit dans Shar Akavanot. So here, Ben Ishay quoted the habits of Arizal. He said that the Arizal have the habits of the mitzvah of Eruv Chatzerot. So Eruv Chatzerot, say it's the Eruv where that connect, let's say, two spaces during Shabbat by sharing one meal. For example, if there is two houses and there is a corridor between, normally we cannot bring something from inside, from a private space to common space. But we can do it if we do the eruv. Eruv allows us to give us the power, let's say, to connect two spaces. And in that case, we have to share one meal between the two houses. And in that case, we connect the two spaces for Shabbat. So we can, for example, bring something from one house to another without doing a transgression. So this is what the habit of that Arizal made in his explained in Sha'ar Kavanot. So and how they do this, by reciting the blessing of Eruv on the bread, and he share it with his neighbors, so that we can connect many spaces. It can be 2 or 3 houses, or even one village, and even one big region. But we are not going to just let's read the halacha. And then he said, after reciting the blessing, he said the text in Aramaic, the Bedein Eruva. It's a text that normally we can see on a Siddur, if I'm not mistaken. Let me show you. So I wrote one here because I think I didn't find the text on my Siddur, but normally some Siddurim, they have this text. And this one, I wrote it, but basically this is the Seder. So we say the blessing, sorry for the quality, and then we have this text that we have to read in front of the bread, and also in the presence of the neighbor, or in and then we say it, and then we have to rise up the eruv and pronounce that this is now the eruv, and that's it. And now we have connected two spaces, two private spaces. Okay, so we continue here. Okay. Nous faisons ici à Bagdad ce eruv d'une année à l'autre sur une matzah cachère pour Pessah, et grâce à Dieu, nous avons le privilège d'accomplir nous-mêmes cette mitzvah dont nous faisons profiter tous nos concitoyens. So here, it's a special. I didn't want to go there because we are apparent here. Ben Ishay explained that they do it for the year. So he said here that in Baghdad at the time they do this eruv for 1 year to another by using a matzah, a kasher matzah of Petzah. And he said that Baruch Hashem, thank God, they have the honor to accomplish that mitzvah, so that they can give profit to their people, because when you know exactly the kavana and when you do the eruv, you can connect one big area, really big, and okay. So everybody can be included in that mitzvah, but they have to think that they will be yotze of that mitzvah, and also the one who will recite the bracha, the blessing. You have to think about every single person that is present on that in that, for example, the village, so that they will be yotze. In that case, you included everyone. in that big space that we create during Shabbat so that we can bring things from one space, the private space, to the, let's say, it became a big private space. It's no longer private space and people's space. It become a big private space. That is the goal of the Eruv. Okay. Et nous avons la coutume de déposer ce Eruv dans le grand Bet Knesset. So he said, because yes, the halacha, when we did the blessing on the bread, we have to put it on the place where it will be the middle of every single space that we want to connect it, and you put the bread there, so that it's like the center of this area. And here we said that their minhag in Baghdad is to put that bread on the big Bet Knesset. So he explained us how they applied the halacha. Okay, halacha 20. We still got time. Let's try to finish, because there's less than 2 halachot after. Halacha 20. Il est défendu de faire un travail le vendredi à partir du temps de Mincha Ktana, soit 9h30 variable depuis le lever du jour. So he said, it is forbidden to do halachot, to do melachot, to work from the time of Mincha Ktana, which is 9.5 hours after the sunrise. Okay. Et bien que certains pensent que ce soit interdit depuis l'heure de Mincha Gedola, on s'en tient à la règle de respecter l'avis le moins strict en ce qui concerne les interdictions d'ordre rabbinique. So he said, even though some will say that the hour where it is forbidden to work is on the Mincha Gedola, which is before, we say that here because it's how we say it? It's a prohibition from a rabbinic order, or a rabbinical level, let's say. We have to be we consider the less strict opinion in that case. Okay. Et ce n'est qu'un véritable travail. Ce n'est qu'un véritable travail qui est interdit, mais il est permis de faire du commerce, quoique certains l'interdisent également, et la coutume est de l'autoriser en tout lieu. So he said that the big, let's say, the melacha or work that is really forbidden is the big melacha connected, I think it's of the 38 forbidden melachot of Shabbat. But then he say, when it comes to selling things, in that case it's permitted. We can be less strict. Shalom shalom, Rabbanit Emuna, bienvenue.
Shalom Rabbi.
So on est à la halacha 20 et toujours de la paracha, donc Lech Lecha Shana Shniya Ben Ishay. Donc c'est toujours dans l'accueil de Shabbat. Ok. Écoutez, général autorisé en tout lieu. Ok. We are here. Lorsqu'on dit qu'un véritable travail est interdit, cela ne s'applique que si on le fait d'une façon régulière, mais on a le droit de faire un travail inhabituel, comme nous l'enseigne la Mishnah, Bet Shammai. On dit, on ne trempe des couleurs, des poudres ou des grains le vendredi, que si ces choses auront été suffisamment trempées et prêtes à l'utilisation avant la nuit. Et Bet Hillel l'autorise. So here he say basically, what is this the real work that is forbidden on that hour of Yom Shishi on Friday? It's defined by the Mishnah, and basically first it's that we have to, those work have to be an unusual work. If it's we used to do that work on a chol, that is considered as a work that is forbidden to do after the hour of mincha ktana. But here, if it's an unusual word, like say the Mishnah that the Beit Yosef say, we comment on dit tremper? We are not dipping colors or powder or seeds the Friday only if it have been dig or depth. I don't know how you say it, and ready to be used before the night. And then Bet Hillel said it is okay to use that on Shabbat, but the Shammai said you have to fulfill that condition. Ok. Et après il dit quoi? Et il faut attirer l'attention des différents artisans sur cela, qu'ils soient tailleurs, tisserands, menuisiers ou orfèvres, de même que les scribes dont c'est le travail régulier. So he said that we have to really to pay attention to drag the attention of those specific worker, like, hey, so now my English let's see how we say it, like the first tailleur, okay, sewer, tailor, tailor, okay. Tailor, or all those the one who worked the wood, or the one who worked all the let's say goldsmith. Okay, all those work because they do it on a daily basis. In that case, they have to be careful not to do any work that they do on Chol, on the other days. Ok. Mais cela est permis à quelqu'un qui prend des notes pour son usage personnel lorsqu'il étudie. So he said, but now if someone is studying Torah, he's allowed to take notes of what he's studying. It's not considered as a because if someone is studying every day, every day of the week, in that case, he's allowed to take notes, even though it's something that he usually do. Même s'il le fait régulièrement et même s'il n'écrit rien de nouveau. Car il le fait pour les besoins d'une mitzvah, comme l'indique la décision. Because he's doing it by the needs of the mitzvah. In that case, even if we didn't take notes of a new thing, a chidush, it's good. It's for the mitzvah of you studying Torah. And il est également permis d'écrire une lettre à un ami. And it's also, we are authorized to write a letter to a friend. On peut aussi permettre d'écrire une lettre d'affaires, même s'il ne s'agit pas d'empêcher une perte. So he said, we also are authorized to write a letter, let's say, affaires. Lettre d'affaires. Business, yes, the business letter, even if there's no big loss that when we are writing that letter. Okay. On peut aussi autoriser également de faire ses comptes et d'inscrire ses pertes et profits comme à Chol HaMoed, surtout si on le fait soi-même. So he said also that we are allowed to write down and to do all the account of the week. Yes, things that we gain and things that we lost. Let's say all the accounts, and it's really good that we are doing that. The one who's doing the account, not someone else. Et on n'a cependant pas le droit de recopier ses comptes en consultant Magen Avraham. De même, si on a reçu les comptes d'une autre ville et qu'on veuille les recopier. But he said that we are not allowed to copy account that someone gave to us or that we received from another town. In that case, we are not allowed to do that. On ne le pourra pas car il ne s'agit pas d'empêchement d'une perte et on peut le faire après le Shabbat. And he said that because in that case, we are not living a big loss of money, and also it's a thing that we can do after Shabbat. So in that case, on était là, pardon, we are not. It's forbidden to do a copy of one account of someone else. Un indigent qui effectue un travail afin de gagner de quoi honorer le Shabbat a le droit de le faire même s'il a déjà du pain et de l'eau. Ah. And someone who is working in order to buy everything that he needs for Shabbat is allowed to work even though he already have water and bread. Shalom, shalom. Rabbi Chaim Shaman. Bienvenue.
Shalom, Rabbi. Shalom.
Okay. Oh, we are here. Okay. Okay. So that's what we say, that someone who is have to work till the end, let's say even the hour of Minaktana, in order to buy things for Shabbat, is allowed to work because it's for the honor of Shabbat. And even though if he already have bread and water, et s'il n'a pas de quoi rendre le Shabbat plus agréable grâce à de la viande ou du poisson, and even though if in that case, even if he doesn't have the things that brings really good, let's say, good vibe to Shabbat, by what is this in Torah way, by having meat and fish. Sorry. So he is allowed to work in that case. Et il dit, j'explique dans mes kaftiel que si cet indigent s'est procuré le matin de la viande ou autre chose en l'honneur de Shabbat, grâce à un emprunt qu'il pense rembourser avec le produit de travail qu'il effectuera dans la journée de vendredi, il est autorisé de le faire parce que si on le lui interdit, il ne se procurera pas ces choses par des emprunts. So he said, because he explained in his book called Mekavtiel, that if that one who is have to work in order to bring the kavod of Shabbat, so what is kavod? By buying meat and wine. Yes, and he had to emprunter, to borrow. Yes, he had to borrow money in order to buy those things, and now we have to work during the day of Friday to rembourser. Oh my God. To reimburse what the money that he borrowed. In that case, he also we authorize him to work during the day of Friday before Shabbat. Okay. Halakha 21. On a deux halakhot maintenant et on aura fini Bezat Hashem la parasha Lech Lecha. Halakha 21. Il est défendu d'organiser un repas important pour le vendredi, même le matin. Par exemple, un banquet à cause du respect qu'on doit au Shabbat. So he said, it is forbidden to organize a big, let's say, seuda, a big, seuda, on Friday morning because of the kavod of Shabbat. Because Shabbat, we have to really be the honor of the Shabbat have to be respected. Let's say lived on the first night, the Friday night, and in that case, we avoid big meal on the day of Friday. Okay. Cela ne s'applique qu'à un repas facultatif ou même à un repas offert à l'occasion d'une mitzvah et qu'on aurait pu fixer à un autre moment. So he said, this prohibition is only work when it's the meal is facultative. It's an no facultative. It's optional. Yes, if the meal is optional, or if it's a mitzvah that could have been done on another moment. Mais un repas organisé en l'honneur de mitzvah dont l'observance est liée au jour même, le repas pour une mila par exemple, ou pour un fiançailles ou des noces, est autorisé. Et même si on ne peut ensuite plus manger le repas de vendredi soir avec autant d'appétit, cela n'a pas d'importance. But he say, but now when it comes to a mitzvah that connected to that time, specific time of Friday, for example, if the brit milah of the boy have to happen on Friday, or it's about the yeah, engagement party to Daraba, or all the mitzvah where we cannot, it's important to do it on that day. We are allowed to do a big seuda, a big meal. And in that case, even though after we will not have appetite for the first meal of Shabbat, it's not a big deal because we did a mitzvah before. It's a mitzvah. We did a mitzvah that happened in that day, specifically. Ok. On veillera cependant à fixer ce repas avant le deuxième heure et à le faire aussitôt que possible. But now we have to organize that meal in that day from the second hour of the Alot HaShachar, and we have to do it as soon as possible. Not doing it, for example, Chatzot Hayom, it's already Bezat Hashem. Ok. On peut organiser un repas en l'honneur d'une bar mitzvah si c'est vraiment le jour anniversaire, car la règle est alors la même que pour le repas à l'occasion d'une mila. So he said, we are authorized to organize a seuda for the bar mitzvah if it's really the day of anniversary, because in that case the rules are the same as mila. Idem pour un banquet de rachat de premier-né, s'il a lieu en son temps, c'est-à-dire le 38e jour depuis la naissance. So he said, also it's the same thing when we're doing the Pidyon Aben, or the rebirth of the redeeming of the firstborn to Daraba, where it have to happen on the 30 the first, let's say, of the after the birth of the boy, and it happened on Friday. We are also allowed to do that seuda, that mitzvah. Un repas, donc Halakha 22, et ça c'est le dernier Halakha. Un repas ordinaire d'un jour de semaine, c'est-à-dire un repas normal mais pas un banquet, est autorisé d'après la halakha toute la journée, mais il est recommandé de l'éviter depuis le début de la 10e heure de façon à manger un repas le vendredi avec appétit. So he said, the normal meal that we have every day, we are allowed to eat them, but we have to be careful not to eat after the 10th hour of the day, where the day started. Okay, because we have to have appetite on the first meal of Shabbat. This is the whole inyan, the whole thing of those halakhot is to really welcoming Shabbat by the first meal and to really enjoy that first meal and have appetite on it. On n'a pas besoin de s'empêcher de manger ou de boire si on ne s'attable pas pour un véritable repas. Mais celui qui est strict et évite également, cela mérite une bénédiction particulière. So he said, we are not obliged to prevent ourselves of drinking or eating a meal during Friday, but those who are really, let's say, makpid on that mitzvah and really want to eat the first meal of Shabbat and with that big appetite, let's say, in a kedusha way, of course, he will have a specific blessing. as we say. And also in episode, some people do fast on Friday, so that the first meal that they will receive in that on Shabbat is the kiddush and the first meal of Shabbat. But that's really for those who are makpid and knows what they are doing. And now last halakha 23. On ne pratique pas le jour. So he said here, Ben Ishai Posek, he said, we are not, it's forbidden to make a fast on Friday. Hey. Particularly if we could have put that fast on another day. Mais si le moment de ce jeûne tombe un vendredi, comme le jeûne d'un anniversaire de deuil par exemple, ou le jeûne de 7 Adar, ou de la veille de Rosh Chodesh, on peut l'observer le vendredi. But if now the moment of that fast is fall on Friday, or for example the fast of the anniversary, the death of anniversary of some of the parents, or the 7 of Adar, or the day before Rosh Chodesh. Yeah, here we learn that it's good to fast the day before Rosh Chodesh, and when we are following now the cycle of the moon according to our Masorah, every Shabbat, every Rosh Chodesh have to be correspond to Shabbat. So in that case, every Friday we have, when Rosh Chodesh come, we in that minhag someone can fast. Okay. So in that case, he said, in that case, sorry, I didn't put the page here. In that case, we are allowed. It's no problem to do that fast. The fasting. On le poursuivra jusqu'à la tombée de la nuit. Cependant, en l'acceptant, on stipulera cette condition. Ce n'est que le jeûne du dit Tevet, s'il tombe un vendredi, qu'on poursuivra jusqu'à la nuit. So he said it that when now we are doing that fasting on Friday because of those conditions that we have seen, we have to bring a condition, a specific condition in that case, that we have to end the fasting before on the tombée de la nuit, on the night, when the night comes, but only it's on the fasting of 10 of Tevet. If it fall on Friday, we have to finish all the seder till the night, not on yeah, that's basically the halakha. Okay. Et il est bon de réciter chaque vendredi avant de commencer Shabbat, Shir Hashirim avec joie et sur un ton agréable. And he finish all the halakhot by saying that it's really good every Friday before starting and to go inside the Shabbat to sing Shir Hashirim with joy and let's say a good tone of music. Yeah. Okay. So we finished the halakha of Lech Lecha, and Bezat Hashem, the next time we will start Vayera, which is now the Kabbalah Shabbat, proper the halakha, the rules about Kabbalah Shabbat, and the Arvit of Shabbat, all this, and also apparently all the union between the husband and the wife on Shabbat. That all those rules. Bezat Hashem. Est-ce qu'il y a des questions? Is there any question?
Oui, j'ai juste une question.
Oui.
Tu m'écoutes, hein?
Oui, oui.
Ah, merci. Merci pour ton Baou Hachem, pour ton shiurim. Et il y a une question que je veux poser, parce que quand il parle du début de la 10e heure, c'est à partir de Halakhot Laïla qu'on compte cette heure-là ou c'est comment?
C'est à partir de Alot HaShachar, donc c'est le début de la journée. Donc par exemple, aujourd'hui, je vais regarder avec vous.
D'accord.
Aujourd'hui, le Alot HaShachar était à 5h23 ici en Israël. Donc à partir de 5h23, on compte 10 heures.
D'accord.
Voilà.
Toda
Shalom,
Rabba,
shalom.
Rabbi. Merci.
Anava, bienvenue. Ouais, avec plaisir. Toda pour la question. Ok. Donc, si il n'y a plus d'autres
Shalom Rav.
questions, on va aller donc maintenant au Megilat Ruth, commenté par le Ben Ishay. Et on est arrivé à verset 13 de chapitre 3. Donc on va regarder ensemble aussi. So now we are going to Megilat Ruth, commented with the explanation of Ben Ishay, and we are now in chapter 2, verse 13. So I'm going to share so that we know the pasuk. And we're going to see what Ben Ishay is explaining. Okay, so I share this. No, what happened? Ok. Normalement, vous voyez l'écran là. Ok. Donc là, le pasuk est dit comme ça en français, and then I will translate in English, Bezat Hashem. Donc il dit quoi? On va d'abord lire en hébreu. Vatomer emtsa hen be'enecha adoni ki nichamtani ve'lechi dibarta alev shifratecha ve'anochi lo ehye ka'achat shifrotecha. Donc en français il dit quoi? Elle dit puissais-je, une forme ancienne, puissais-je toujours trouver grâce à tes yeux, Seigneur, car tu m'as consolé et tes paroles sont allées au cœur de ta servante, bien que je ne sois pas même autant qu'une de tes servantes. Okay, so in English it says like this. Then she said, let me find favor in thy sight, my Lord, for that thou hast comforted me, and for that thou hast spoken to a heart of thy handmaid, though I be not as one of thy handmaidens. Ça, c'est Oh, Yuval. C'est quelle page? Okay. So he said, O Yuvan, Vechi diberet al lev shifratecha. Dibarta, pardon. Al lev shifratecha. Donc, quand on avait vu, il disait quoi? Le pasuk, il disait, again, sorry, here. Basically, it is this specific pasuk. Vechi dibarta al lev shifratecha. And in English, he said like, and for that thou hast spoken to a heart of thy handmaid. Okay. No, not like this. Yeah. Okay. So on that specific sentence, what Ben Ishay wants to explain, ki b'ma she'amar la vatei meshichoratecha shelema me'im Adonai Elohei Israel. And he said that we saw before that this is the answer of the pasuk that of Yud Bet. This is the 12 pasuk number 12, who explained that and Hashem will fulfill and the recompense, recompense that Ruth will receive from the God Elohei of Israel. רומז לה שתהיה, נתדבק בשבט יהודה. He said that this, the connection between those two pesukim, explain will bring, let's say, the light of the fact that Ruth will be associated, will be connected to the tribe of Yehuda. And why? How come? Because we know that some people say that when someone is converting, he's not he will not have a part of the 12 tribes, that they will come from another space. So it seems that this explanation of Ben Ishai, it gives you that maybe the one who is converting can be associated with one tribe. But let's see more what he's doing. So ve'yireo ba otiyot alef yud yud shel avot ha'avot she aktuvim al degel shvat Yehuda. Hey. Let's see. And he said that those otiyot Hashem Elohei Israel, the Rashetevot, will give the letters Aleph Yud Yud. And he said that this Aleph Yud Yud, it's the connected to the Avot, of the Avot of Ben Israel, and it also is written on the Degel, the flag of the tribe of Yehuda. So now, in order to understand what Rabbi Ben Ishai is saying, we have to go back and see what the moment where we see all the description of the Degalim, the flag of each tribes when they were on the desert with the Machane. Okay, so now, en fait, le passage là est en train le Ben Ishai donc en fait en train de connecter le Rachetevot, c'est-à-dire les premières lettres qui commencent le mot Adonai Elohé Israël, et il dit que là-bas, les lettres sont Aleph, Yud et Yud. Et il dit que ça, ce Aleph, Yud et Yud, c'est ce qu'on voit sur le drapeau de la tribu de Yehuda. Et là, en fait, on va juste faire une petite image de comment étaient répartis les Ben Israël, les tribus quand ils étaient dans le désert. Parce qu'en fait, ça, si on ne connaît pas ça, on ne comprend pas pourquoi Ben Ishai rapporte ça pour lui dire qu'en fait, Ruth, maintenant, il est connecté, et elle s'est connectée, elle s'est collée à ce qu'on appelle le Shvat Yehuda. Et que justement, de la lignée de Ruth va sortir quoi David Améler, qui en fait va être le représentant de la Malchut de Ben Israël, mais surtout de la tribu de Yehuda. Donc, là, on va faire juste peut-être un rappel. Pour ceux qui connaissent, ils peuvent aussi m'aider, les attachés. So, how was the Shvatim of Israel when represented when they were on the desert? They were like this. So, in the middle, au milieu, we had the Mishkan. Here. Là, on avait le Ohel Moed, le tabernacle. Mishkan. Et maintenant, ils étaient orientés selon les 4 directions, 4 points cardinaux. They were oriented according to the 4 directions. So we are here north, Saffron. So here south, Darom. Let's see. This is just the letter of the beginning. Here we have the Mizrah, which is east. And here we have the Ma'ariv, which is west. Okay? And now we're gonna. What is the tribe? Est-ce que quelqu'un peut m'aider? Est-ce que vous connaissez déjà comment étaient répartis les Béné Israël lorsqu'ils étaient dans le désert avec le Mishkan? Ok. Alors, on va voir ensemble. Au nord, on avait 3. En fait, à chaque direction, on avait 3 tribus. Parce que 4 fois 3, on a les 12 tribus. Donc ici, on va commencer par Tsafon, ce qui est le nord. Le nord, qu'est-ce qu'il y avait là-bas? On a Dan. Après, on a Asher et Naphtali. Asher et Naphtali. Ok, donc là, ce sont les 3 qui sont ici. Maintenant, Darom, à l'opposé d'eux, on a les tribus de Réhouven. Avec Shimon et Shimon et Gad. Shalom, shalom, Rabbi Jerry, welcome. Okay. So now we have the north side with the 3 tribes, Dan, Naphtali, Asher. The Darom, south, Reuven, Shimon, and Gad. On the east, we have the tribe of Yehuda with Yisachar and Zvulun. And now the west, we have who? Binyamin. Sorry. Binyamin. Ephraim and Menashe. And Menashe. Okay. So we have all this. Let me do maybe a line so that we understand all this. So they are like, let's say, on that organization. And okay. And now Ben Ishai quoted that in the side of Yehuda, they have a degel, they have a flag. Yes. That, and we know that every side of the direction, every direction, they have flags. And we have to do the distinction between sorry, the flag of each tribe, because each tribe will have its own flag. But now in that organization that we saw, one the tribe, the 3 tribes that came from Mizrah, for example, they will have their own degel, their own flag, and the same thing. So we will have 4 flags connected to the 4 machanot. Okay. So here Ben Ishai now explained that from the flag of Yehuda, what we are seeing there, we are seeing a flag like this with a letter Aleph, Yud, Yud. Okay. And where that come from? He explained that it come from the Avot. Why? Because Aleph, it come from Abraham, the first Aleph of Abraham. Here. Let me write it here, maybe on another. Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov. So the first tribe, no, sorry. The first side where we see is this one. And we will see it on their flag. Okay, so now we can see, we can do the same thing for the other one. The Darom, it will be Bet, Tzadi, Ayin of the Avot. So here we will have on the flag those 3 letters, Bet, Tzadi, and Ayin. Okay. Now, from the tribe of Benjamin, we will have what? Resh, Chet and Kuf, Rachok. Hey. Resh, oh, so we put it here. Resh, Chet and Kuf. Okay. And now the Tzafon, what it will be? It will be Mem Kuf Bet, because the He, we will see where it will be placed. The He of Abraham. Here it will be Mem Kuf Bet, and also we know that on the Sefer Aplia of Rabbi Nechuna ben Akane, he explained where we're going to put this letter of He, and he explained that the letter of He, it will be associated to the Levites, because the Levites will be here. They are not associated with the four Machanot, but they will be there around the Mishkan. And the Degel, they have also their own Degel. It's the He of Abraham plus Yud. So they have basically Mochim, the Yud K of the Shem of Hashem, Yud K, which is their Degel. This is the letter that we will see on their flags. So we have to know all this, because this is what Ben Ishay is showing on this text, that the Prinat of Ruth, because she joined the Dat Israel, she will be connected to this place of Yehuda, this Machane, because from her will go out the Malchut of Israel, which is the Malchut David, which is, we know that the Malchut is held by the tribe of Yehuda. And this is why he explained here. So I'm going to share again the screen. Here. So he said, She'em, no, sorry. רומז לה שתהיה נדבקת בשבט יהודה ועירו, and he will bring light באותיות א' י' של האבות הכתובים על דגל שבט יהודה. Donc ça c'est tout ce que Ben Ishay en fait il est en train de nous dire, qu'il faut connaître tout ça pour pouvoir comprendre cette explication là. So this is all we have to know all this, the way the 12 tribe was let's say organized when they were in a Mishkan, in order for us to understand that letter Aleph Yud Yud, and then Ishay Shehem Mispar Ekehe. The gematria value of Aleph Yud Yud 21 is the same as Eheye, the name, one of the name of Hashem in the feminine part, let's say, is the Eheye, I will be, je serai. Ve'elu ha'otiyot shel Aleph Yud Yud romezim betor shema be'milu av kaze resh vav tav otiyot emtsaot she'em. Donc let's just go back, because he also here Ben Ishay is showing another connection. Well, why he's explaining that Ruth will be connected to the Shvat of Yehuda, because when we take now the Milui, which the way of pronouncing the letter that compose the name Ruth, as we saw, let me take a picture so that it will be more clear, because here I'm missing space. With this. Okay. Just 1 minute, and we're gonna finish soon. He explained again that when we take the Milui, quand on prend le Milui du nom Ruth, of the name of Ruth, Resh, Yud, Shin, Tav, Ruth, Vav, Aleph, Vav, and Tav, Yud, Vav. Sorry. We take the letter that's in between, Yud, Aleph, Yud, as we saw. We have got the same letter that we will find on the Shvat Yehuda. Yud, Yud. And also Gematria, the Shem Ekehe. And we say that this is why from Ruth we will receive the Melech Amashiach, which is David Amelech. Okay. And now I'm going to finish the paragraph. And also he says, so the Otiot Emsaot, Shehem Lev. He said that those Otiot Emsaot is corresponding to the heart. How come? Let's see. Aleph, Yud, Yud again. Nirmoz Berachet Tevot, Hashem Elohei Israel. And again, he explained, he come back about that explanation where we know that the Rachet Tevot of that Aleph, Yud, Yud is from the Pasuk that we are studying, that we saw before, the Pasuk Yud Bet 12, which said Hashem Elohei, God of Israel. But in Hebrew, we see it like this. Okay. ולכן אמר לה, ותהי משכורתך שלמה מעם השם אלוהי ישראל. Okay. ולזה הרגישה ברוח הקודש ואמרה וכי דיברת על לב לב דיקה שפרתך. So he said that now, how come that the answer of Ruth, she said that she will, the pasuk that we are studying, sorry, I will take back again the pasuk here. She said, for that thou hast comforted me, and for that thou hast spoken to the heart of her thy handmaid. En français, il dit quoi? De nouveau, je reprends. Car tu m'as consolé et tes paroles sont allées au cœur de ta servante, bien que je ne sois pas même autant qu'une de tes servantes. Okay. Donc ça, en fait, c'est pour un remez. It's a remez because she saw by Ruach Kodesh. Also, we read it like this, but we have to understand that Ruth access to Ruach Kodesh according to the explanation of Ben Ishay. That means that she had the level of Ruach, because we know that not many people will access, in our generation at least, to that level of Ruach. We know that we have Nefesh, everybody have Nefesh, but in order to access to the Ruach, as we saw last week, it's about studying the Torah in the 4 levels of understanding: Pshat, Remez, Drash, and Sod. That is the explanation of Rabbi Chaim Vital on Sha'arei Kedusha, where someone who wants to achieve the level of Ruach, he have to study the all 4 level of understanding. So that means here Ben Ishay basically explain the level that the Ruth Moabit achieved, because by Ruach Kodesh, when she answered to Boaz, she gave a hint of what will come from her by saying that from her she will know that she will give birth to a lineage of Yehuda and the Mashiach ben Yehuda, which is David HaMelech, and also his son Shlomo HaMelech. And then we finish. שהיה רות, שהם אותיות א' י' י' שמספרם אכהה, אך אני לא אהיה. And also he said that all this is connected because the letter that we saw on the degel of Yehuda, which is Aleph Yud Yud of Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov, Gematria 21, it's the same as the Shem aka, and on the pasuk of Yud Gimel that we are Ben Ishay is explaining, there is the pasuk in Hebrew, Ve'anochi lo eheye ke'achad shifratecha. I'm not one. I will, even though I am not one of your servants. And eheye, it's connected again. It's the same. Basically, she's just by answering here. Okay. And then it's finished. So that's in a Kelomar, Eni roea, les aaret, sorry, otiot elu, she'em mispar ekeye, ki ani ke'achat shifratecha. He said, and I don't know if I will have the ability to light, let's say, those otiot of the Bnei Yehuda, but she said like this, but she know that she have the ability, and because I will not be one of those servants that you have, aka. But okay, so basically, this is the pasuk, the explanation that Ben Ishai gave us, that Ruth, she has a high level of understanding what is happening, and every word that she is saying, we have to know many concepts so that we know exactly that she didn't give those answer stamp like this, but because she had Ruach Kodesh, again, someone who the goal, for example, of the book of Sha'arei Kedusha is to build someone in order to have this thing called Ruach HaKodesh, the wind of Kedusha. And okay, so we finished that paragraph. Is there any question? We're gonna stop here and we're gonna continue with Hashem next week.
What's the next year and at what time?
It will be the same next Yom Sheni, and around this hour.
Okay. And what's to follow now?
The follow now, Rabbi Shimon. Rabbi Shimon will give shiur, and with what is the thematic? The introduction of the Halakhot of Ben Ishay, Shana Shniya, and I think it's the parasha of the week, Shemot.
Okay. How I'm sorry. And how long? 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour?
It will be in 2 minutes. He will start.
Okay, because it's 6 o'clock here.
Okay. Now he will start now, and he will start the shiur Bezat Hashem.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So I will say to you, Yom Tov, and see you for the shiur of Sha'arei Kedusha on Yom Chamishi. Bezat Hashem. Baruch Adonai Leolam, Amen ve'Amen.
Amen, Rabbi.
Amen. Donc Rabbi Shimon va commencer. Oui. De rien, de rien.